Hi people, hope you're well. Welcome to a workout. Today's chest and shoulders, and it's rings and bars. So I'm just going to take a few minutes to warm the core up, all the upper body. This is a machine I got on eBay from 70s, possibly late 60s. It's a Wader body shaper. And I mentioned before, it's brilliant if you want to get some ab work in, but you have what they call a bread loaf hernia, and it just helps you to train your core without putting any further pressure on any hernias. The good thing about this, as opposed to just doing normal sit-ups, is it really does get right deep into the core. Really is a good piece of kit. So yeah, it's chest and shoulders day. Bars and rings. So I'm going to see how I can train chest and shoulders using bars and rings. And resistance bands as well. So we'll see what kind of workout we get out of that combination today. I'm going to do this for 10 minutes, get nice and warm, and then I'm on it. Right, so it's rings, bars, resistance bands day, and it falls on chest and shoulders. So I'm going to use my trusty chin-up bar, because I've got to, haven't I? Because it's rings and bars day. And I'm going to warm up with some press-ups. So just stick it on the floor like so, get a nice shoulder width grip. Yep. Hollow body, lean over the bar, and off we go. Touch the bar with the chest. Get that hollow body in place, yeah? Don't want to see any flat backs, it's got to be hollow, and that kind of puts a whole lot of tension on it as well. And when I'm pressing, I'm not just pressing, I'm squeezing the bar together, yeah? And what that does, it tires you out a lot quicker, so you don't have to do loads of reps. So it's basically squeezing the bar as hard as you can, squeezing the chest towards the middle as hard as you can. And you can't really tell through camera, but when you do it, it really hurts. Straight over bar, squeezing. You can sort of see that you're squeezing because this muscle here fires up pretty much straight away. And that's what you want to do. You want to keep that tension on and get the hollow body at the top. Six, and it really does tire you out quick because it's time under tension, and it's not dynamic tension because you're moving, but it's that type of tension. Is it isotension? Isometric tension. You're kind of squeezing as hard as you can at the same time as moving. That's 2 sets of 10 so far. Another set of these. Right, good tight grip. Hollow body, come over. Three more. Three. Yeah, why I like to squeeze is, it's like putting weights on. It's like adding weights to the exercise. You're not just going from A to B. You're not just going through the motions. You're literally squeezing as hard as you can. Now, I'd always do need to reiterate the fact what I'm doing. because I can see that people probably watch and go, 10? You can only do 10. Listen, if you can do more than 10 when you're doing isometric tension, you're not doing them right. Yeah. By 8, you should be pretty much worn out. Yeah, because you're squeezing that hard. And this is what makes your muscles grow, just using bodyweight exercises. I'm just going to do one more set of these because I like them. Rest time, literally 40, 50 seconds, not even a minute. Lean over, hollow body. I love them. I love that squeeze and the feeling it gives you. It's really amazing. Right, so now I'm going to move on to ring press-ups just to add a bit of instability onto it. Yeah, so we've got to stabilise ourselves. And off we go. Right down and squeeze the top one. It's hard to keep strong doing that. That little touch at the end really takes it out of you, and the hollow body leaning over and pulling the cord in takes it out of you even more. Yeah, so it's not just a standard press up, people. Yeah, it's there's a lot involved. Now I'm up camera a little bit further away. This door frame was in my way, so I'm hoping I can come out a little bit further for this next exercise, this next set. That's better. Seven. Ooh. Aye, aye, aye. 7. 3 more. Like I say, it's that squeeze at the end that really takes it out of you. And what also takes it out of you is you go below your normal range. So you get a full stretch on outside of your chest as well doing that. Good exercise. Right, so I've had less than a minute's rest. This is what makes this workout quite hard, because you don't get no time to recover. On the toes, lean over, hollow body, go. Five. Oh, weak side's giving out a little bit. Just nearly faltered at that last one, then nearly collapsed. It's the only thing when you're training a weak side, people, it really does hamper your workouts, but you just got to do the best you can and keep moving. 5 more. Notice how I trap the band on my elbows, so when I come up I can get that squeeze. There's a lot of squeezing going on. Remember, you can make an exercise as easy or as hard as you can. No point making it easy, no point finding the easy route, yeah, because then your muscles don't grow. Right, so I've ironed rings now, yeah. I'm going to go for a more inclined position. Again, all the body, lean over, make it difficult, and out. Full stretch and a full squeeze. Five, six. That puts a lot of stress on body. That you're doing all the body when you do that, and you kind of squeeze your abs in while you're doing the exercise. It really does take a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of me anyway. Oh, and especially with constant squeezing, yeah, driving, trying to push the rings down to the floor, try to pull them in together at the end. I've lost count, so I'll say I did 6, shall I? Doesn't really matter at this stage, I'm fatigued anyway, so lean right over on toes, right out, full stretch. One more, I'm going to go for one more. Big hollow body at the end, big squeeze. And collapse. Right, next set of these. Must say I'm not looking forward to it now, because I really am shattered already. Right. It's all about the execution. On your toes, hollow body. By hollow body I mean squeeze the abs. Full stretch, have a little rest at the bottom, squeeze, pull the hands together, hollow body. Three, 5, oh. Oh. Quick breather. What that full stretch does, it takes your body into positions it's not been for a while. Yeah, when you do bench press, the bench has to stop at your chest. When you do press ups, your chest has to stop at floor. Yeah, so by doing these incline ones, you get deeper into the position where your muscles just aren't used to going. And this is what fatigues you. This is why this exercise is such a fantastic exercise, because it just fatigues you so quick. And it's the position where your muscles just aren't used to going. And this is why you should incorporate ring press ups, because it just gets that deep stretch. Another thing I've noticed as well with the injured shoulder, today in particular I've stretched it and I've had some nice little movements inside there that make it feel a bit better. It's stretched into a position where it hasn't been before. And it's holding well under pressure, to be honest. I think my training on my shoulders doing really well. I do all that off camera because it's really boring, but it's working. At long last I might end up injury free. It's looking that way, people. Right, lean forward, all the body. Full stretch rest. Oh, squeeze through chest. 1, 2, 3, 5. Whew. Oh, that is enough for them because they're really painful. Right, people, so while I've got this chin-up bar out, I'm going to try something, because you know when I do the flies on the door, it's on a single point here, and no matter how you do it, it never feels right. So what I've done, I'm using this bar. I've got 1 pro iron on one side, 1 pro iron of equal weight on the other. I've hooked them over that point so they can't move, and that gives a little bit of distance then between the 2 points. So if I go on my knees, yeah, and then I do the flies from there. Now I'm being careful not to actually kneel on my knees. I'm kneeling on my hocks. Is that what they call them? My shins. And off I go. So squeeze down and up. and it just gives that little bit of separation. And that felt a lot more like it would in a gym. Yeah, just because of that separation between the two pieces of kit. Yeah, like I said before, normally I do it from a fixed position and it just feels like you're not really getting anywhere, whereas that, it gives you that full range of motion and you really feel it on inside and out. Right, so I've got another 10 pound of resistance on there in form of a yellow band. So there's 40 pound of resistance on these on each arm, but what you've got to realise is they're folded over. So I wouldn't like to say it's double the resistance, but it's definitely more than 40 now because it's doubled over. So, you know, you've got to just be aware of that when you are doubling your bands over, that it is heavier than what's on the band. Off we go. If you want more out of it, let your wrist touch and let your knuckles go outwards. It's a bigger squeeze. 10, and I felt that. Let's have a little breather, see if I can do some more. Oh, felt that. Ooh, off we go. Aye, 15 that time. Ooh, really starting to feel that chest now. So I've hit the lower, middle and upper. Now I've hit the outside and inside. Pretty much being hit today now, that, so there's not much more I can do for the chest. I'm just going to do one more exercise. Right, so got my trusty chin up bar. I'm going to move on to iguana press ups. Now I have the bar upside down as opposed to that way because it tips that way, whereas it takes a little bit more tipping that way, so it's a little bit safer, even though it's not really meant for this exercise. So you grip one hand over other like that and push. Legs wide if you want. Lean that over. Three. Now this shoulder really struggles on that, so that's all I've got. So I'm going to swap the grip and then put all the emphasis on the other shoulder now and see if I can do 3 that way. 2. Aye. Too weak on that side. But I'll tell you something, what I did do is better than now. Yeah, I'm going to try and build them up as this gets stronger, but it ain't there yet to do them. So I'll have to give that one a wide berth for now, yeah, but it's going in vault. It'll come back out as this gets a little bit stronger. Now, a few months ago I wouldn't have been able to do any of them, so there is improvement. I'm just not going to push it, I don't want to injure myself again, because it is getting there, this shoulder, yeah. Moving on. Right, so I've got 2 different sets of Pro Iron resistance bands. You need 2 sets when you do workouts like this, because they only get 1 of each colour in each set. So if you want to do equal workouts on both sides, you have to have 2 sets. So I'm going to have a wide leg stance just because it puts a little bit more stretch on the cable. Yep, just move this camera a bit, because it's a very small space, this bedroom. It's not ideal. Right, so wide leg stance, yep, and off we go. I'm not going past that point because I don't want to close the shoulder joint. 16, 17, 3 more, 18, 19, 20. Right, so for this next exercise I'm going for a different set of resistance bands, and if you look, they're short. Even these folded in half are a lot longer. Can you see? So when you're buying resistance bands, try and buy a short set as well, and they come in handy for exercises like what I'm going to do now. So get these toe straps on. So we've hooked it to those toe straps. Opposite leg. You've got to get quite a wide stance because again you want the resistance. I'm going to come this way on because I've got no room. Bend over, flat back, yep, and up. Now don't worry if you haven't got the resistance right at the bottom, which you haven't on these. The exercise comes into its own when you squeeze at the top. That's the most important part. So as long as you can do that, then it's perfectly fine. So back to these ones pretty quickly. Two of them, straight onto the others, straight onto the bent ones. Get the full straps on, wide stance so you can get some tension on. Right, last set. Ten. Switch to these. What you learn to do when you're using resistance bands is to plan your workouts, because the changing about of them is a mess about, so you try and work it out so there's very little changing time. I find them harder than dumbbells because even though the pressure's not until the end, the big squeeze really does put a lot of muscles into play. Right, so with this exercise, it's the forward lateral raise. You can't, no matter how small you get these, you lose the tension at the bottom. But listen, try it, don't worry about it too much, you still get a good routine from it. So just go with the flow. Now, those 3 exercises right there has hit every different head of the shoulder. So it's been hit. So now everything's bonus. So to keep everything as quick change as possible, I've just thrown a door support there, locked the door, put the same bands on together, and we'll do face pulls. Ten there, and then I'm going to kneel down, right down, and I'm going to do 10 from there. And then I'm going to stand back up. I'm going to finish off with 10 there. Ooh. Good exercise that. Don't have to be heavy, face pulls don't have to be heavy. You just have to grind a few out just to feel that benefit of them. Right, so for this next exercise I bought a bar that you can clip resistance bands to, which I've not had a great deal of use out of it yet, but I'm aiming to do that. So what you've got to do is strap one band to the bar, put it under your feet. Now if you stand with your feet together, there's not much resistance. So to make more resistance, just widen your stance, yeah? Now I'm going to do upright rowing, but I'm not going to do upright rowing the way you normally do them with the hands together, because it closes your shoulder joints up. I'm going to do, if you ever watch Pumping Iron, Lou Ferrigno does them the same way as what I'm doing them, with a really, really wide stance. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. I don't have to have my legs as wide as I thought. Try and get everything nice and balanced, and off we go. Well, 15 of them, yeah. That really started to tug on that shoulder a little bit, but didn't feel too bad. So I'm not going heavy on these just because of this. Yeah, I want to get this strong, and then I can start putting more weights on. But it is getting there, people. It is getting there. It's got through a lot of exercises today that I didn't think were possible yet, so I'm getting there. So for this next set, I'm going to do what I call horse riding upright rows. So to imagine you've got an horse and you're galloping, yeah? So you have to do this type of motion, and it really is not very easy. So it's up, out and down. 1, 2, 5, and then we reverse it. Ooh, what that does, it hits all the heads of your shoulders, yeah? It doesn't just go A to B, it does all the movement. So now we're going to superset the two together, no rest. So, off we go. Wide grip. 4, 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Whoa, that really is a shoulder burner. Right, so last but by no means least, yeah, it's single arm shoulder press. I like to do single arm because I've got a weak side, and I don't like the weak side to piggyback off the non-weak side, so I split it to single. And I have the band in front. Simply just press up. 1, Like to do a little stretch as well. Swap sides, 10 on that side. This will be interesting because this is my weak side. I don't even know if I can press, to be honest, yet. Not tried it for a while. It's the starting position where this shoulder used to get stuck, so we'll see. Did struggle towards the end, did start to collapse a little bit. Not bad though, not bad. I'm quite happy with that. Just got to watch the weight. When it gets tired, it does tend to collapse. Yeah. Straight onto this side. Starting to feel it now. The thing with resistance bands, what people don't realise is it's that constant resisting against you that tires you out. So you don't have to train heavy. And that's the beauty about these things, yeah. It takes a lot of getting your head round. It took me a long time to get my head round the fact that I didn't have to go heavy. And ego sometimes does get involved, and you just think, you know, I want to put loads of weight on, but trust me, once you get used to these things and realise that you don't have to train heavy to get a good pump, it's a lot better for you, especially at my age. A lot better. Wowzers, that does start to get heavy. Yeah, the resistance on this is £30, but remember, it's folded in half. Now, I wouldn't like to go as far as to say it's £60 because I don't know, but it's definitely heavier than 30, just because I folded it. Really starting to feel that now. Last exercise, last set, last arm. Get that plastic bit in the middle. That just saves wear and tear on your bands. Whoa, I felt that. I really felt that, yeah, and this shoulder is getting loads stronger and I'm really happy about it. Right, so that is it. That is a workout, people, yeah. Chest and shoulders, resistance bands, rings and the bar, yeah. And it's not too shabby, not too shabby at all. Quite happy with that. Nice little shoulder pump, nice little chest pump, yep. That's what it's all about, yeah, training at home. It costs you nothing once you've bought all your kit. Right, listen, I've been playing with this kit for a while now, haven't I? And you probably noticed when I first got it, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. But I said to you before, don't throw it in the wardrobe and forget about it, yeah? Persist with it. Find out what it can do. Learn new things. Mess about with it. Have some really, really bad workouts with it, yeah? Because you don't know what you're doing. But whatever you do, people, training at home and you buy these types of kit, yeah? A, buy a good quality first time round. B, just because you can't do it first time, don't throw it in the wardrobe, yeah? Because these pieces of kit, these old school pieces of training apparatus are priceless, yeah? And when all gyms are long gone and closed, you'll still have your bands, you'll still have your bulwarkers, you'll still have your springs, yeah? You'll have it all, and you'll be able to train for free. And it's priceless, people, especially at our age, yeah? So I'm training through injury, as you know. this shoulder is actually starting to feel a little bit bulletproof lately. I don't want to push it because I'm chuffed to where it's going. The bursa, that's getting worse, by the way, is bad. Yeah, that is bad. This has turned up as a result of kind of fixing this. It's kind of messed about with some nerves in my body and my elbow, and it's brought another problem. This is what happens with your body, people. It's all in connection with each other. So one thing leads to another. I'm on top of this. I'm trying to get on top of it. Doctor gave me a course of steroids. While I was on them, it went away. As soon as I come off them, it's come back, yeah. And I don't want to go down that road of no more steroids. So I'm going to do compression, ice, heat, and eventually at some stage, I'm going to drain it myself. Get an hypodermic needle in it, suck it out and see how it goes, yeah. Right, I enjoyed that workout, I really did. It's the first time I've trained with resistance bands and rings and bars together for a while, and I've put together something quite good, I thought. I enjoyed it. So I'm going to go away, I'm going to get a shower. In the meantime, you lot, keep training.